Hello, everyone. Welcome. Very glad you're here. Welcome. Let us begin with our usual meditation. For 2 minutes, we will breathe through our heart spaces, share in the mood of gratitude, which is very healing and helpful for the body. You breathe in for a count of 4, 5, or 6. Exhale for a count of 5, 6, 7. Slightly longer exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, signaling to the body that it's time to relax. It's okay to relax. And if you feel comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze and look downward. Both very relaxing. Breathing in, breathing out. Through the heart space. Arriving in this moment. Knowing there's nothing else you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. Just here, relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, opening the heart, and connecting heart to heart with everyone who's here, both in the live meditation and all those who watch it later. Connecting heart to heart, bringing the brain and the heart into coherence energetically. And all this happens with the breath. Breathing in, slightly longer exhale. In and out, consciously connecting. We're here to lend our power to these intentions tonight. We'll send the energy out into the quantum field, follow the energy, and receive whatever wisdom is shared with us. Thank you, everyone. We are now connected. Hello, Risa. Thank you. So glad you're here. We have 3 intentions tonight. We're going to intend for my friend Roslin in British Columbia. Then we're going to meditate on the new Pope that the Catholic Church will be selecting. And then our final intention tonight will be for all of us and for healing of the physical body. Hello, Diane G. So glad you're here. All right, let's go ahead and begin with our first intention. We now intend that Roslin Faircrest is strong throughout her body. Her ankles, legs, and hips fully support her immediately, completely, and permanently. Her doctor is thrilled that her history of years of rheumatoid arthritis has just disappeared without a trace. She has complete confidence in her self-healing capability and strongly believes in the power of group intention. She is healthy and well in every way and easily looks after herself independently. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention for Roslin and release it with love. Our second intention. One of the things I most admired about Pope Francis was his advocacy for the planet. He was very concerned that we have a safe place to live and that everybody is helped and supported through the crisis in the climate. So we've lost a powerful voice and an advocate for the planet. And let's hope that the next Pope does this work as well. We now intend that the next Catholic Pope is a person of deep faith, integrity, and compassion, whose work promotes human rights, equality, and healing for all people and the planet. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, send it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention and release it with love. Now, as we do these meditations, there's a particular style that I learned, and that is to think of the words dropping from your brain into your heart and physically sending them out into the universe. And when I say follow the energy, I mean open your mind to whatever images, impressions, thoughts, feelings, emotions might come over you. And remember those. And at the end, you'll have an opportunity to put them in the chat and share them with others. And in our final intention tonight, we are going to intend to heal some aspect of our physical body. And although all of us probably have a wish list of things we would like to be perfected, I encourage you to allow your body to choose whatever it is the body thinks is most important to heal. And during this month, we've been intending for our relationship with our bodies. So here's an opportunity for us to trust the body's wisdom. Together, we intend that our physical bodies are now free of any issue, ready to be immediately, completely, and permanently healed, moving forward in life, healthy and well in every way. Allow this intention to drop into your heart chakra, project it out into the quantum field, and follow the energy. Thank you, everyone. Trust this intention for all of us and release it with love. So, how did you do? What was your experience? If you'd like to post in the chat, you're more than welcome to. This style of meditation is called intention meditation. It was popularized by Lynne McTaggart in her book called The Power of Eight. And the premise of the book is that if we all meditate on the same idea and we send that energy out into the quantum field, it produces results. And we're coming up on 6 years for this meditation group, Lighthearted Healers. And I've seen so many amazing things happen as a result of this group meditation. Well, while you are thinking and typing your experiences, let me highlight Roslin here. Hi, Roslin. So glad you're here. When we were meditating for you, something very unusual happened. This doesn't always happen for me, but your spiritual team, your guides came in and they were cheering for you and they're so proud of you and they just surround you with love. And the communication to me was that you are in a very powerful spiritual time of your life and your spiritual power is growing, and they could not be more proud of you for the brightness of your spirit, the determination that you have, your like very youthful willingness to explore and to grow and learn. It was just, I loved it. I love being with them. It was really, really a pleasure to connect with not only your spirit guides, but with your energy. So definitely keep us posted. Okay, let's see. Here we go. J.A. Roslin, beautiful energy surrounding you. Thank you, Jan. That's wonderful. And for Diane, for the first intention, I saw soft blue colors around Roslin again. I felt that she's fully supported and loved by her angels. Yes, I think we tapped into the same thing. That's wonderful. Yeah. And I'll keep reading the chat, looking for comments about Roslin. And the second intention was for the new Catholic Pope. And not all of us are Catholic. I am not a practicing Catholic, but I care very much about the policies and actions that the Catholic Church takes in the world. So I was very keen to meditate on a really, really good person to lead that organization. And what I saw was very interesting. I saw someone on a very brightly lit path through life. And this person absolutely had divine support and protection around them. And as they approached what I'm going to interpret as the conclave, where the decision-making process, there was sort of a tangle of, I don't know, agendas, egos, ideas, a lot of contentious conflict around deciding who this person would be. But this person on the bright path sort of took sort of a shortcut or a long cut around the group of people who were arguing and then came out on the other side on a beautiful, strong, bright path. So it seemed to me that this person is significantly younger than Pope Francis, and this person has a lot of vitality and a lot of capacity for spiritual connection. So I hope that is indeed what happens, is that somebody who is really wonderful and good for the world is chosen. Okay, so Diane, oh, thanks, Jan. There we go. Diane, for the second intention, I saw a lot of internal struggle happening or would happening, but a leader emerged who is strong and surrounded by light. We are on the same page tonight. Thank you, Diane. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the third intention. Hi, Alpha Kibby. I hope I'm saying that right. I can see more clearly now physically. I'm being so for real right now. Yes, yeah. I have seen all kinds of healing happen in this style of meditation. And Lynne McTaggart tells of many healing stories in her book where people meditate together for 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, like we do, and healing does happen. Wonderful. And Risa, my body chose my right knee to heal. Wow, that's fantastic. I love that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Diane, are you sure you're not tapping into me? For the third intention, I heard gallbladder. I don't know what is up with my gallbladder, but if that's what my body wants to heal, then so be it. Yes. I didn't get the word gallbladder, but I got something around my solar plexus, and it just felt very vital, vigorous, youthful, and I could feel the way I used to feel 20 years ago. And then I had several vertebrae in my neck and upper back adjust themselves. Amazing. Hi, Scott. No worries. You can always go back and watch this later. And let's see, Jan here. Pope Session saw lush green forest with sunlight beaming through. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I hope this person is an advocate for the planet and for nature. That's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, wonderful. Well, when I'm sharing impressions and when other people are sharing impressions, you might get pictures, you might get sounds, you might hear voices. However, your clairs operate, it's totally fine. And you might even just feel really relaxed after an intention. That is a valid experience as well. Alpha Key. Alpha Key B. Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here. So this style, I guess this is on my mind right now because one of the intentions we did a few years ago, and some of you may remember this, is after they uncovered all of those graves at that residential school in Canada, one of our Canadian members asked for us to intend that the Pope come to Canada and apologize. And of course, I was willing to meditate for that, but I knew that it was unlikely that it would happen. But we decided to send that energy out into the universe, and he did. Pope Francis came to Canada and apologized for the church's actions in Canada during that terrible time in their history. And for that, I will always be grateful for the opportunity to intend for such a healing event and then just to watch it happen. It was just wonderful. Yes. So, and because we're coming up on our 6th anniversary, I've been thinking a lot about past intentions. So, if we have intended for any of you, definitely be free. I would definitely be interested to hear what your experiences have been. And these are considered experiments, right? We don't know the outcome. We don't know necessarily the limitations on what we're asking for. I've seen too many amazing things to doubt the power of this. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. It's really wonderful. So glad the stream was solid tonight. I apologize for the last couple of meetings where things have frozen. I think we've got it straightened out now. And I hope we'll be able to have guests on in the future. I'd love to include more people. All right, everyone. It is time to disentangle. We have a tradition in this group that our last couple of minutes are spent together practicing good energy hygiene. And we're going to put hands over hearts. We're going to breathe in and out through our heart space. And this time, we're going to intend to disentangle our energy from the group energy. So if you found anything helpful, interesting, inspiring, anything useful, please take that with you into your week. But for now, we're going to disconnect from the energy of the intentions. We're trusting that they're on their way out there doing their work. And we're going to reclaim our energy and pull away from the group. Breathing in for a count of 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 5, 6, 7. Signaling the body and the nervous system to relax. To return to your space. Return to bodily awareness. Taking only the good things with you. Breathing in. Breathing out. In for 4, 5, 6. Out 5, 6, 7. Arriving in your body. Feeling grateful for the experience, for the healing you might have experienced tonight. Grateful for all of you lending your power to these important intentions tonight. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.